So, picture this. You have an important task. This would define your career, change your life, and put your name on the map. It's the startup you launch, the book you write, a research you conduct, or maybe a YouTube channel you try to run. You have some pride in your work. So, you decided to do it 100%. With all of the energy and enthusiasm you have, you put a Herculean effort on it. You're determined. You're on fire. But then you realize that you barely finished the first step and still have 19 steps left. And also you're burned out, tired, and demotivated. You've exhausted most of your resources, energy, and time. And your work is only 5% done. And this is what happens when you don't have concrete deadlines. Perfectionism and Parkinson's law will take place. And trust me, I speak from experience. Now, the cure is to impose deadlines to yourself. And no, I'm not talking about some fake deadlines that makes you feel like you don't have it in the first place. I'm talking about healthy, realistic deadlines, plural, that will give you some sense of urgency every day, but doesn't overwhelm you. If you saw my previous episode, you know what I'm talking about. The thing about deadlines is that you often feel zero pressure on the first many days, then work like crazy on the last few days. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody feels the same. So, what can you do? I say distribute the stress. And having smaller and more specific deadlines is one way of doing it. Now, some of you might not have a deadline to begin with. In that case, you could set a deadline based on the opportunity timing. But let's say you already have deadlines, like most people do. The next step is to see whether your deadlines are too fake or not. If they are, you need to break it down to actionable steps. If you don't know how to do that, I'll make a video about it in the future. Now you might be asking me, hey, how can I estimate how long a task takes to complete? I mean, how much time I need to allocate for them? The answer is you don't know. And here's what I would do in that situation. If you have a fixed timeline project, you need to come up with a bare minimum requirements that is acceptable in your field. Acceptable, not perfect. Forget about trying to have a Shakespearean masterpiece. The mindset is just to finish, finish, and finish. Life is easier that way. Then, you can divide it based on all the steps you need to take. Now, some tasks can be shorter and other will be longer, and you'll make some mistakes, for sure. But with time and experience, you kind of get the hang on how much you can accomplish within a specific timeline. That's where you can adjust the intensity for the next project and, work on the Shakespearean masterpiece you've been dreaming about. But if it's an open-ended project, on the other hand, you can also take another angle and adjust it based on the stress level instead. If most days you feel zero pressure to complete anything, the deadline is too slack. Let's be honest. Specify it more. Don't sell yourself short. You can do better. But if most days you are too overwhelmed and covered in fetal position and ended up abandoning your sleep, your meals, your exercise routine, or even your projects altogether, give yourself more room. Be kind to yourself. Take a day off or two, go to vacation. The key is to wake up every morning and feeling a healthy amount of pressure and challenge, while giving yourself enough room to rest and take care of yourself. Look, folks, don't give in to the glorification of overworking. This ain't Wall Street. Take care of yourself. Play the long game. There's more to life than just career achievements. Well, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.